Alya sometimes hides her feelings in Russian, or Roshidere for short, is the greatest rom-com anime since the quintessential quintuplets. And like Quince, it does a good job balancing shikimori levels of sugary wholesome goodness with nisekoi levels of spicy cynical shenanigans. The story centers around Elisa Kujo, an uptight, hard-working girl with super conservative values who is developing feelings for Masachika Kuze, her brilliant but lazy otaku classmate. And because she has no experience with boys or friends in general, she has to let her feelings leak out by flirting with him in Russian, a language that nobody other than she and her older sister Masha can understand.
Милашка, а у меня что, не серебристые волосы? Да ты ничего не понимаешь. Вот же я. Обрати внимание. Я тебя люблю.
But the real narrative hook is that, due to some circumstances from his childhood, Masachika actually does perfectly understand Russian, and thus begins a Kaguya-style game of romantic chicken as both parties maneuver around each other's conversations, trying to get the other to snap first. Adding in a heaping helping of spice is Yuki Suo, Masachika's hyper-intelligent, chaotically comedic gremlin of a younger sister, who parades around as his childhood friend for the express purpose of trolling Alya and everyone else in the school.
I desperately love him. He matters more to me than anyone.
Yuki really is the comedic highlight in this series, reveling in every scene, using her talent for mental manipulation and wordplay to make every situation as uncomfortably unhinged as possible for her own twisted amusement.
You take that back! That's only hot if they came from the same womb! Oh, hiya, my Oni-chan. But why? You pop a boner on me?
Die.
I'm the cringiest. I can't believe that I'm getting a TR for my own friend!
Not the term for what happens.
Looking like I'm stuck down here. Don't make me say the step-bro meme. This is it, bro! Booby booty grabby free roll!
Keep that in your head!
And having read some of the light novels now, I can safely say that Yuki isn't even the funniest character in the series. She tries too hard to be funny a lot of times.
Ah, come at me, bro! Give your little sis a squeeze!
Why are you joking like a teenage boy?
The real comedic genius is her attendant, Ayano Kimishima, who has a cold robotic personality that is juxtaposed by the fact that she says some of the most wildly out-of-pocket shit I have ever heard.
Yes, it was such a masculine claim. I was worried my ovaries would explode.
Beneath all the sugar, spice, and everything nice is a story of how one cynical asshole traumatized by the divorce of his parents finally learns to love again thanks to a captivating cast of side characters that, in all honesty, may be my favorite ensemble in the genre. They have all settled nicely into both dramatic and comedic roles, all while remaining consistent to their overall goals and motivations, which is exactly what I look for in a show like this. The true genius lies in how well everyone's energy vibes together without any of them being on the same page. For instance, Masachika understands Russian, but he still doesn't believe anything Alya says because he can't fathom why a girl as stunning as her would like a cowardly slouch like him, but it's precisely because he's willing to stay in the shadows to support her that she begins to develop feelings for him. Meanwhile, Alya's lack of experience with boys leads her to massively miscalculate her expectations for him. I also like how the faux language barrier is more than just a gimmick. It's an important part of Alya's self-isolating personality, as well as our first clue that Masachika is far more talented than he lets on. Now, usually communication breakdowns due to cultural differences would be played up for laughs or cheap drama, but in Roshidere, it's used to teach the characters and the audience about communication in a way that is severely underrepresented in media, especially anime. As an example, in episode 10 there's a brief argument between these two because Russia and Japan have completely different cultural expectations for birthdays. In Japan, people stop celebrating birthdays once they start middle school. In Russia, birthdays are an annual event for someone to invite all their friends. So Alya gets upset that she wasn't able to invite Masachika because he was her only friend at the time and didn't want her only guest to be a boy because of her aforementioned conservative values. But then she gets more angry that Masachika, who has plenty of friends, never bothered inviting her to his birthday party. But the reason he didn't is because he never celebrates his birthday. And instead of flying off the handle at him, she actually, talks it out with him, finds out the truth, and then goes out of her way to go on a belated birthday date with him. The story progress overall is fantastic. The roadblocks are a bit contrived, but they do adhere to their own logic. It's not stupidity or arrogance getting in the way of progress. And there's a very clear plan to resolve those issues. Though to address those issues, I'm going to need to talk about some stuff up through Volume 5 of the light novel, so jump to this timestamp if you want to avoid spoilers. There's 4 things getting in the way of them dating. 1. Alya doesn't know about Masachika's past. 2. Masachika doesn't understand Alya's romantic philosophy. 3. Neither one of them feel worthy of the other. And 4. Neither one of them want to do something that'll hurt their election chances. That 4th one seems the least important and the only one on a timer, but it's also the most important in establishing what kind of relationship they are bound to have. Nobody understands why Masachika chose Alya over Yuki. Even Masachika can't put it into words, which leads to Alya being in the dark. Which is why she feels unworthy. Right now, she thinks the only way she can prove to herself that she is worthy of Masachika's choice is to defeat Yuki. And the only reason she sees things this way is because she's still viewing Yuki as a romantic rival as well as a political one. The only reason she's able to stay focused and strive to defeat Yuki is because she's oblivious to the fact that Yuki is Masachika's sister. If she were to find out the truth, she'd be a lot less willing to do what it takes to outdo Yuki. So that covers half those points. Masachika doesn't yet know that Alya is a hardline monogamous person. She wants to give herself entirely to just one person and one person alone. She still, as of Volume 5, has not yet realized that she wants Masachika to be that one and only. And because she hasn't even fully grasped it, Masachika hasn't either. He's known about her flirting since day 1. He's known that she can get swept up in romantic sentiments since the end of Volume 1. He's known that she's falling in love with him since the end of Volume 4, but he doesn't know where she's coming from, so he's still under the impression that it's this fickle, unreliable emotion, and the reason he feels that way is because of his past, his parents' divorce, the negative way he responded to it, and the guilt it caused him to have. With all the gushing I've done, you may be asking, is this really as good as Quince? The answer is no, definitely not yet, and maybe never. It's going to need to lay down some thick drama, pay off all of its lingering plot threads, and take the core relationship to its natural conclusion and beyond before I even think about dethroning Quince. Even once all that stuff happens, the uber competence of the main cast gets a little ridiculous, especially compared to the refreshing balance of strengths and weaknesses that served as a driving force for Quince. But hot damn, of all the rom-coms I've consumed in the past 5 years, this is certainly the one most likely to reach that peak. Here's hoping for Season 2. I'm Mediocrity4, spasibo za prosmoter.